total maybe.
Really?
Yeah. I'm always in and out of sleep anyways.
That's wild.
Yeah,
What time did you get up?
it's crazy.
What time did you get up?
I got up at 4:30. Yeah. I was like, I've slept in the last 3 times, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna miss this one.
All I ever wanted was to find someone, but holding it together is the hardest part. No one said life gets in the way, that our plans may change, but our hearts remain. You stand in the doorway holding me, feeling the tension, you plug and play, not to go out again. And then she said, every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. And every time we speak, words don't do it justice. It's just us from me. And that's what she said. Every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. All I ever wanted was to find someone, but finishing the puzzle is the hardest part. Every day wishing you could stay, 'cause our minds may change, but our hearts remain. You stand in the doorway holding me, lost in the moment, I can't believe you gotta go away again. Hear me when I say, every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. And every time we speak, words don't do it justice. It's just us from me. And that's what she said. Every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. 'Cause if you ever start to hesitate, and you feel the weight it starts to break, we're not the same. Know that this means everything to me. Oh, to me, oh, to me, every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. And every time we speak, words don't do it justice. Every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. And every time we speak, words don't do it justice. It's just us from me. That's what she said. Every time you leave, I lose a little piece of me. Lose a little piece of me.
So when I first woke up this morning, I was having probably like one of the worst mornings I've had all week. I didn't get nearly as much sleep as I wanted to, because when I woke up, I was originally planning to go to bed at 9 and get up at 5 to get here by 6, but I ended up having a client project that took me significantly longer than I thought it would, and ended up being all the way up till 12 at midnight. And because when I woke up, I was dead tired. I had this pain in my back, and I was just literally not feeling it at all. That's why I didn't really record any clips at the beginning, just because I was honestly super grumpy. And I was I don't want to record anything. But now that I finished the workout, I hit it pretty hard with my friend Lou. I'm feeling so much better now. And I think all of us we have bad mornings. Not everyone is gonna we're not gonna be happy all the time. But I mean, even when you feel you get up, you feel like crap, still in a way, like force yourself to do what you need to do. Force yourself to go get to work, to get in the gym, because I promise after you get moving, you're gonna feel so much better. Anyways, we're gonna head over to Chipotle right now and have a bit of a business meeting.
All right, ready? All right. Let's do it. That's funny. You know what you remind me of now? There was like a movie. You're an aspiring filmmaker?
I'm an aspiring moneymaker.
How much is he paying you for this?
He's not.
All right, so this here is this is my friend Lou.
The differences in the different blah 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 blah. Okay, so my question for Ryan today is, what's it like being so young and an entrepreneur and having all the success that you've had along the way? And also, how do you incorporate God in your everyday life when it comes to business?
All excellent questions. So the answer to what it's like being an entrepreneur at a young age is very stressful. I've been blessed to have a certain amount of success, especially with how long I've been in the game. I think it's easy for people to look on Instagram and be like, oh, like he lives a perfect life. You know, he's an entrepreneur. He has all these jobs. Like he's always having fun, shooting these like different content. But I think what a lot of people don't see behind the scenes is like just kind of the stress, you know. And sometimes like even doing a job like this where it's really creative, like it gets monotonous too. You're doing the same thing, like waking up, shooting, editing, you know, especially like there are some weeks like I'm shooting almost every day, and so when you're shooting that much, you have to edit everything as well, and for like every hour of shooting you're editing for like 3, 4, 5 hours. And so like in a day sometimes I'll be shooting for 2, 3 hours, editing for 8 hours, still like 2 hours at the gym, like kind of eating, kind of sleeping. Like it's a lot, but you know, at the end of the day I think it's just about, you know, just setting ourselves up, you know, for the future, and you know, knowing what we want out of this life, and then also, you know, just like making the most of what God's given us. You know, I do my very best to like spend time with him every day, like in his word, and you know, pray every single day. But honestly, that's like a big area of growth for me. Like I feel like my days can get so hectic and so busy sometimes that like I just kind of, you know, I forget, or you know, I just like I push it off just because like I do spend so much time working. So I'd say more than anything I want to ask you that question because I know that's an area that I need to grow in personally.
That's an excellent answer, by the way. See how I can just see the growth in him since I met him. By the way, we had a, what would you call it? Well, we have a friend who was at first a client. It was the same client, and then she became our friend, obviously. So it was a gym in the Modesto area. And that's how we met and became close and just go back and forth and vibe off of video ideas, creative ideas, different things like that in that nature. So yeah, that's our friendship. And then we gym now. Gym bros.
Yeah.
So kind of to go off what he said, I feel like on social media platforms and stuff, people do just kind of see like the fun stuff, the pictures we post, the videos we create for clients, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, etc., etc. They don't see the hours of stress that go on behind it, and just how could that affect you mentally when you're someone who's constantly working, because as a filmmaker, photographer, videographer, you know that you're not just showing up to a shoot and your job's done. You're going home and you're working 80 to 160 hours per project. So I think the most important part, like he said, is just making sure that we're putting God first, that we're making that time for God. For me, I've learned in my later years in life that it's important to just have that prioritization in your life. When I was younger, of course, it would slip my mind constantly. I wouldn't read. I would barely pray. I would never be in my word. I would randomly go to church, you know, just kind of here and there. Very lukewarm, I would say, as far as my relationship with God. It's later in life that I realized how much I needed him just in every single aspect. So as far as business goes, just like when it comes to clients or projects, I'll always ask when I make a proposal or a pitch, or I'm on a consultation with a call, like, God, if this is for me, then I know that I'll have it. But if I get turned away, or, you know, they come back, your price is a little out of our budget, or not at this time, then I just know that it's not the right client for me. So it's also just having that discernment as well, being able to make those decisions on what is for you when it comes to business. I feel like a lot of times we can almost kind of take on, we'll almost get kind of happy, like, yeah, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. But learning to pause and really have that discernment, like, okay, God, will this also give me enough time for you? Will this also give me enough time to focus on the people that you put in front of me, not just business, but relationships as well? So that's amazing. That's been beautiful from the business aspect and incorporating it with, putting God first.
That's good. Yeah, no, I'm gonna second everything he said there. I think, doing well in business is important. Making money is important, obviously, but we have to remember what is truly important. Nothing is worth sacrificing my health over. Nothing is worth sacrificing my relationships over, and definitely nothing is worth sacrificing my relationship with God over. So, just when you're working, when you are deciding where to place your priorities, don't get them mixed up. There are things that are infinitely more valuable than anything you could achieve in a business. I can tell you there's a lot of people that are very rich, but they're very unhappy and very unfulfilled because they haven't spent the time on the things that really matter. So just remember those priorities.
See this. To go the one last statement, because it reminded me, I'll let that truck pass. I seen a pastor. His name's Pastor Jeremy Johnson. This is something he said, not I said, but it's beautiful. He said, "If God takes it from you today, are you okay? And if not, it's become your idol." So if we were to lose what we have now, what's already been placed in our hands, would we be okay? And my answer to that is yes, because I've given my life unto Him, given everything I have for Him. So everything that He places in my hands is ultimately for His purpose. So.
I remember when you could buy gas for like $4. It's still kind of expensive, but expensive for like the rest of the country, but in California, $4 was nice. All right, I'm making a quick pit stop at In-N-Out. I'm about 1,000 calories short for the day, so I'm gonna get a double and fries, and that'll add basically right up to 1,000, and it'll get me right where I want to be on my nutrition. So, In-N-Out's not really nutrition, but it works. And I'm here like literally almost every night. It's kind of bad.